broadcasting desks can be a bit like rackets in tennis, gears on a car, and wings on a plane. They're kind of essential. Without them, you can't get the job done. Actually, no, I guess you could. I'm not sure about a plane, though. Without wings, it's kind of just a bus. Anyway, in today's video, we're going to tell you everything you need to know about broadcasting desks and how you can still broadcast without one. This list was originally put together by Jamie Ashbrook. If you'd like more lists like this, then make sure you head over to the Radio.co blog.
This video is made by Radio.co. To start your free Radio.co trial in seconds, head to Radio.co and click on the pricing page.
So, first of all, what is a broadcasting desk? A broadcasting desk lets you balance, position, affect, and equalize different audio channels into a single audio image, otherwise known as a mix. It combines multiple audio signals, processes them, and pushes them out to your computer or speaker system. So there's lots of different names for a broadcasting desk. You might know it as a broadcasting mixer, a mixing console, a mixing desk, audio mixer, analog console, desk console. There's loads. All of these pretty much mean the same thing. They take in audio, mix it, and push it out. However, the best broadcasting desks are actually tailored for radio broadcasters, as you'll find out as we go on. Broadcasting desks come in many different forms, like analog and digital, and you can even get mixing software these days for your phone. Although most home studio owners and audio professionals tend to stick with traditional hardware, as it's easier to manage knobs, faders, and buttons, an analog mixer can be hooked up with a mixing software as well, so you can get the best of both worlds. So before you jump into the world of broadcasting desks and dive into different reviews and internet guffins, here's a few things to look out for. Budget. What's your price range and what are you willing to spend? You can get a cheap basic broadcasting desk for $50 or a professional one for $10,000. And actually the difference between the two might not actually be as broad as you think. Mixing desks will kind of do the same thing. It's how well it does that thing that basically makes up the price. Some also come with different features and different special bits, so it all kind of depends on what you want. It's also important to look at live versus studio. A live mixer needs to feed main speakers and provide monitor mixes, and a studio mixer needs direct outputs for each channel for multi-track editing. But if you're going for a modern mixer, then they usually feature all of this. Also take care when looking at analog versus digital like we mentioned. Analog mixers are traditionally used due to their ease of use and lower cost, but degrade audio and sometimes hiss on low quality mixers. Digital mixers are flexible with signal routing and offer integration with computers and custom buttons, such as what we're using here, the Rodecaster Pro Mini. No, Rodecaster Duo. The little one, basically. And finally, the thing that just sort of comes by nature, features. What the mixer offers, like the number of channels, buses, connection types, and different effects like compressions, reverbs, and delays, is obviously incredibly important. Analog and digital mixers tend to offer different features as well, so always read the fine print. Like we said before, they already have about 50 names just for the actual mixer itself, so God knows how much terminology is needed to use it. So here's a quick breakdown to familiarize yourself. Channels. Channels accept microphone or line level signals. Think of them like USB ports in a computer. Audio from a channel can be manipulated with a fader, equalizer, and a few other controls to mix the sound. Buses. A bus is a path that routes one or more audio signals to a destination, like real buses, I guess. So if you want to move your audio to headphones, effect processors, or speakers, then the bus is the one for you. Master buses are commonly used to control several channels, and with a single fader, for instance, you could turn down your microphone and a guest microphone with one fader and then fade in with your music. Groups. A group is kind of straightforward in that it's a collection of channels. It can be managed with a single fader, but usually bigger broadcasting desks have groups, so they're easier to use without pressing dozens of buttons at once. Preamp and phantom power. A preamp is short for preamplifier. It's a way to amplify a microphone's signal. Phantom power supplies electricity and enough processing capacity to send the signal. The best broadcasting desks usually state how many preamps and phantom power microphones are accepted. Condenser microphones use a free pin adapter and need a preamp to properly function. So make sure you're looking at this if you already have a microphone. Outputs. The direct output feeds the broadcasting desk's preamplifier to an external audio interface, like with Audacity on your computer. Right, still with me? Cool, let's move on. So mixers tend to fall into three main category types. You got your live sound mixers, your recording mixers, and DJ mixers. Each has their own speciality, like live shows, studio recording, and bedroom DJ mixes. But nowadays, mixers tend to combo these features together, so you don't need to worry about it too much. Analog mixers tend to have lots of physical knobs, faders, and switches. And like we mentioned before, this is kind of like a nice way to do radio. It's a more traditional way, but you feel a bit more in control. As opposed to digital and software soundboards, analog mixers are usually easier to manage as everything you can use is on display. Tweak knobs and sliders to get a feel of what you can do, and adjust audio levels to get the sound perfect. Aside from ease of use, analog mixers tend to be lower in cost due to the competition on the market. The only downgrade here is their size. They're usually pretty big whoppers. So if you have limited space or you're like working in the bedroom, you might want to look elsewhere. And elsewhere could be digital mixers. Digital mixers are the best of both worlds, really, having physical knobs, sliders, and switches, whilst including digital functionality so you can easily save and pre-configure your setup without starting again each time. Most digital mixers come with preset effects like drum beats, laugh tracks, and so on, which are really handy to spice up your show. The Rodecaster Pro, or the Rodecaster Duo like we have here, has all of this included, and it comes in a lovely little package that isn't that expensive when compared to other mixers on the market. There's also incredible ease of use with something like this. You don't need to be an expert to pick it up and learn how it works within a couple of hours. Finally, software mixers. So you know, we mentioned earlier that you don't actually even need a mixer anymore to do all this stuff. Well, this is where software mixers come in. Software mixers are completely non-physical, meaning everything is managed from your computer. They're known for integrating virtual instruments, samples, loops, and more into your productions. And they're ideal if you want to keep everything virtual, saving space and, you know, money. Software mixers can be a bit confusing though. Having everything on a screen and not having physical buttons to work with can mean it might take you a while to get to grips with how it works. Some software can be fairly straightforward though. Again, shout out to Rode. Rode Connect is kind of like a Rodecaster Pro just on your computer. So everything that was simple about the Rodecaster Pro is also quite simple on a computer. You just don't get the buttons. So that's it. You're all caught up on everything mixing desks. If there's anything we've missed, then do ask any questions below in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell. But until next time, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy broadcasting.
And just before you go, have you ever thought about launching your very own internet radio station? Surprisingly, it's a lot easier than you may think, especially when you make the time to chat to myself or a member of the Radio.co team. To do just that, head to our website, radio.co/demo, where I can talk about your plans, any questions you may have, and me and the team can really get you up to speed in launching your own internet radio station in literally minutes. It couldn't be easier. Why not check out some of our webinars, tutorials, help guides situated around me? Or why not visit our website, radio.co, or even drop me an email, studio@radio.co. Until next time, take care and happy broadcasting.